una favola sarà la vita insieme a te, e nei momenti tristi io la gioia accenderò. Poi la tua luna io sarò, la notte brillerò, sarò una stella appesa al blu, sarò un sole nel tuo cielo. Tu per sempre nei miei giorni, per sempre ci sarai, tu per sempre nei miei sogni, il mio principe sarai, tu per sempre accanto a me, per sempre insieme a me, resterai, amore mio, per sempre nel cuore mio. Io per amarti volerò oltre i limiti, fra le mie braccia cullerò la tua anima, io le tue lacrime saprò asciugare, sai, e il tuo sorriso accenderò, sarò il sole nel tuo cielo. Tu per sempre nei miei giorni, per sempre ci sarai, tu per sempre nei miei sogni, il mio principe sarai, tu per sempre accanto a me, per sempre insieme a me, resterai, amore mio, per sempre nel cuore mio, per sempre nel cuore mio. Tu per sempre accanto a me, per sempre insieme a me, resterai, amore mio, resterai nel cuore mio. Come una favola sarà la vita insieme a te. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright.
And I say good afternoon. Hello everyone. Sign language for hello everybody. Giada Valenti here in Las Vegas. 78 days together today. Yes. The only thing we did, we moved from Facebook to YouTube. But here we still are all together, friends and family, always. And I really love you. You've been such a trooper together with me during this COVID-19. We all stayed home. We all stay according to the rules. And here we are every day smiling together, having a good time together. And today is going to be a great day. First of all, my guest, you are going to love her. She's, of course, a very accomplished actress, voiceover, writer. She does everything. Basically, she's a mother, she's a wife, she's a spectacular human being, inside and out. Kathy Garver. Of course, there she is, beautiful, then, now, beautiful forever. She's like wine, she gets better and better, and you guys are gonna love her today. So Kathy's gonna be my guest in a little bit, appearing from California, from Los Angeles. But before, of course, and then at the end, of course, you're gonna get a song. Today you asked me, you don't have to say you love me, Io che non vivo senza te, the famous Venetian song written by Pino Donaggio, the guy, where is he? Here on the back, my dear friend Pino Donaggio, that wrote that song in 1965 when he was 18 years old. I haven't seen that song in a long time, and you said, hey, take us back to Venice again. And so at the end of the program, I will be doing that. Before we go on, I see a lot of you appearing, guys. Good morning if you're watching from Australia. I see some Australia. Good evening if you're watching from New York City. It's almost evening. It's 5 p.m. for you, of course, 4 p.m. Central Time. Buonasera a tutti voi che ci guardate dall'Italia, sono le 23 della sera, quasi ora di andare a dormire. Italia, Francia, sì, le mie francesine, la mia mamma e il mio papà. Buonanotte anche a voi. And 22 for you guys watching from Ireland and England. I see a lot of you already appearing over there. My comments are there. And thank you guys for your help in switching from Facebook to YouTube. We are growing the community every day, so please keep doing that, sharing this video, and ask everybody to subscribe to the YouTube channel like we did in the past for my Facebook page. Today, June 4, thanks to my dear friend Doug Hartline, that today I have to thank him twice because he always gives me the events and birthday of the day because he's my living Wikipedia. But today he also arranged for me the interview with Kathy Garver because they are friends. I never met Kathy in person, but I got a glimpse of her, of course, communicating through the camera before, checking the camera. And of course, yesterday I spent the whole day Googling and watching everything I could find, even though I knew her already, but we will be talking about, I knew her differently because to me, she spoke Italian, because you will understand in a second why. So before we go to Kathy, let's do the birthday and the events of the day. Today, very quickly, June 4. Already June 4, guys. So thank you, Doug, for this. So this is what Doug has found out for today. In 1070, Roquefort cheese is created in a cave near Roquefort in France. I can smell him. How many of you like Roquefort cheese? That's what Doug is saying. I think we all do love Roquefort cheese, right? JJ saying, So here we have one Doug. JJ's not so into Roquefort. I kind of like it. Today, 1783, Joseph and Jacques Montgolfier from Annonay in France, they make the very first public hot air balloon flying with nobody on board. That's pictures of it. By September 19, they would float one up again with a sheep, a duck, and a rooster as passengers in front of King Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette and Versailles. And then it would put an actual person on the balloon on October 19. Doug is saying, you're always trying to find something for me to sing. And he said, there is a song about a balloon flight in the done by the fifth dimension called Up, Up, and Away. I love this song, actually, Doug. Maybe one of these days we should do it. Today, in history, 1896, Henry Ford takes his first Ford car through the streets of Detroit. Look at the car, it almost looks like a bike. Hey, that was a car. And in 1919, United States passed the 19th Amendment to their Constitution, which gave the women the rights to vote. That's a very important day today. So. 1998, George and Ira Gershwin finally get their stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And Doug was saying, which one is your favorite song of Ira, of the Gershwins? Well, for Doug is Embraceable You. For me, I think would be The Man I Love. I would say the man, the man I love. I think I love that one. So, and of course, Summertime. It's also an incredible, they've written so many songs. You're right, Doug. Famous birthday. Today, 1936, Bruce Dern was born in Chicago, Illinois, and turns today 84 years young. He became very famous for being the man that killed John Wayne in the film Cowboys, one of my father's favorite movie. And Doug is saying that he met him, and despite being known for playing bad guys, he's one of the nicest guys you will ever meet. And actually said, his daughter really loved him because he said that his daughter had a beautiful smile. Well, she has a beautiful smile, Doc. So, but apparently Bruce Dern is very kind. So happy birthday to him. And today in 1944, Michelle Phillips was born in Long Beach, California, and turns today 76 years young. She is a model, she was a model, an actress, a songwriter, and a vocalist, and most notably for the group The Mamas and the Papas, which I do love. Look how beautiful she is. And they wrote many beautiful songs like California Dreamin'. Doug was wondering if I ever met her. Yes, I did. Actually, I met, there she is, me and Michelle Phillips. I met her and Frankie Valli because we met at the same event. Every year, Michelle was involved with this event in Connecticut. I lived in New York for 11 years. And Michelle was involved with this beautiful event that friends of mine were doing for their kids that had a very horrible genetic disease. So she's a wonderful woman and still so beautiful. I can't believe she's 76 years young, I would say. She looks better than anybody else in their 20s. Today, 1971, Noah Weil was born in Hollywood, California, and turns 49 today. While he has acted in many things, he is best known for his role as Dr. John Carter in ER, where he was nominated for an Emmy 5 times and became the highest paid actor in a television series during its 10th season. I didn't know that. Good for him. So happy birthday, Noah Weil. And today in 1975, last birthday of the day, I guess, yes, Angelina Jolie was born in Los Angeles, California. Well, look at her. Well, she is an American actress that started acting as a child alongside her famous father, John Voight, another child actress like my guest today. Well, she is an Academy Award winning, Golden Globe Awards winner, best name for Hollywood, highest paid actress multiple times. Actually, she's been in Venice. She lived in Venice for several months when she was filming The Tourist. And friends of mine that lives there, they said that she was very kind, actually, not kind of arrogant whatsoever. So happy birthday to the fantastic Angelina Jolie. Thank you, Doug, for all the event and birthday. So here we are. I'm so excited. You know, until now, almost every day, I introduce you people that are personal friends of mine. This lady, I'd never met her personally until a couple of hours ago when we tested the screen. But of course, I knew of her as a superstar of the series where she was in, because many of those American series, they are big hits here. We have them in Europe, but we will be talking about, because today for the first time I heard her beautiful sweet voice, because in Italy she was speaking Italian. We played a clip later. I know she has never heard herself speaking in Italian, so it's going to be fun. Let me read something about my guest, Kathy Garver. Kathy Garver. That's a nice scioglilingua for me to say. Kathy Garver. In Italy we call her Kathy Garver. So it's a different name, Kathy Garver, I guess. My guest today is a very successful, critically acclaimed actress in TV, movies, and theater, radio voiceover on animation and audiobook narration. She is, of course, she's also a motivational speaker about the power of perseverance, that's my thing, and speak clearly to communicate richly. Sounds very interesting. She has used her experience to help and guide new actors in business, sharing her wisdom and giving back in many, many charities. We will be talking about that too. In recent years, she has appeared in such films as Sweet November, The Princess Diary, which I love, and guest starring in so many TV shows. She is a very successful and in-demand voiceover for cartoons, commercial, toys, and audiobooks. She has produced, narrated, and wrote lyrics and original music for 8 audiobooks. Beatrix Potter, I'm saying wrong. Beatrix Potter tells, and 8 Mother Goose based on audio tapes for Smart Pants Incorporation. I have to get familiar with these things. Who have sold 2 million copies and have won numerous awards. This is impressive. Her voice has been heard in Apollo 13, which also was awarded the Academy Award for Sound, in Ransom, in Backdraft, in Jingle All the Way, all directed by one of my favorite actors, another child actor, Ron Howard. Well, she's an amazing woman, and she's been very clever actually in juggling this amazing career and being an amazing mother and wife to her husband. Of course, you saw the picture. We all remember her, Sissy. And for me, you know, Sissy, she spoke Italian. But before, let's play a little clip, because, I mean, that series stole my heart. In Italy, we saw it at reruns of it at dinner time. So for me, to see these clips is like going back with my mom and dad at dinner table waiting for this.
Here's the maid. Do you like kids? I don't think so. Could he run fast? No. Okay, I'll stay.
Is Mr. William Davis at home, please?
Whom shall I say called, madam?
Well, I'm Mrs. Grayson, and this is Mr. Davis's niece.
Good heavens. I am a nanny.
I know you're all smiling every time we watch this. And by the way, the series is still available on Amazon Prime, so you know what I will be watching starting this weekend, right? I'm so beyond happy and honored, and I want to thank Doug Hartley for arranging this. Here she is with me, Kathy Garver. I have to get used to American name. Here she is, more beautiful than ever. Kathy, are you there?
I am here.
Welcome.
I'm loving your dialect, your accent, and you just sound so sweet and so fun. I loved meeting you a couple hours ago and getting to know you more now.
Well, I mean, I'm beyond happy and honored. My parents are watching from Italy too. They do not speak English, but they were so happy, of course, because I said the family affair in Italy was called Tre nipoti e un maggiordomo. So 3 nephews and a butler. And it was it aired every night at dinner time, around 7:30 before the news. So we were sitting at a table, everybody in Italy, and we were watching you, Kathy. And I remember, I mean, you bring back so many great memory, and you still have the charming smile, and your voice is so beautiful. I'm going to play later a clip where you were speaking Italian, but so
molto bene. Be very nice.
Well, how are you doing, by the way?
Well, I'm ready to get out, although I must say being incarcerated and sequestered, and I'm in Los Angeles. I've gone out to the grocery store. My dining room is filled up with enough toilet paper to last me until I die, which I hope will be in 20 years. But it's been an interesting experience, I must say.
Yeah, I had
but
this.
I've gotten a lot done. I have. I have the cleanest closets, and I've worked on 2 projects, and I bought a house. I never could have done that if I had been working and been out. But
Wow. So yeah, nothing stopped you, not even the COVID-19. Can you tell us, of course, you wrote a beautiful biography. We'll be talking later about surviving Sissy. But can you tell us, for the people that haven't, by the way, you need to buy the biography, but they don't know you, where were you born? And where did you start to go into acting?
it's all here.
Look at that, she's
This is
well
my
prepared.
book. And I was born in Long Beach, California. A couple of years ago. Actually, this book is coming out in paperback next year, 2021, because I don't know if I should admit this or not, but we're among friends. It will be the 55th anniversary of Family Affair.
Wow.
And so the book, I talked to the publishers, and they says, well, we've got a lot on our plate. They have been out, and working remotely, but because it's the anniversary, and because I have a special show coming out in 2021 about Family Affair, we're all going to make a great big celebration of just getting out.
Thank you for sharing all these things. I will buy on Amazon your book, because I cannot wait for the paperback. I need to read everything about you. You started as, I mean, we all know you as the sweetheart from Sissy, but you started much earlier than that acting, right, Kathy?
That's right. I was just 3 years old,
Wow.
so I was really a mini child star. And my mother thought, of course, I was going to be the next Shirley Temple. I, at that time, had blonde, curly hair. It got a little darker, a little grayer. Now it's blonde back again. We've come full circle. But I learned to tap dance and sing at the Meglin Studios.
Wow.
And that was run by the absolutely fabulous Ethel Meglin. And these little kids, we were known as the Meglin Kiddies.
Aw.
And we would put on these big extravaganzas, like at the Shrine Auditorium, which is this great big auditorium in Los Angeles, where they used to have the Academy Awards, and they would have these gigantic operas like Aida and have elephants trot along the boards. Well, here are these little tiny kids, and we would go up on that same stage and we'd tap dance and sing and have a wonderful time. That's where they discovered Shirley Temple. She was a little before me, but that's how the notoriety first began.
And how did you got it? I mean, I know we have to buy the book because in the book is written, but you were in the 10 Commandments. I watched the movie, I don't know how many times in my family. I mean, do you remember anything? Because you were such a little girl by the time, and they wrote a scene for you?
Right, that was not the silent version. I always like to make that very clear. This was the one with Charlton Heston, and I was just hired. It was one of my very first things I did.
Wow.
And I was hired just as an extra. So we are leaving town after we're going out, and it's the big exodus scene, and I'm in a wagon at Paramount Studios, and we're leaving, and all of a sudden, I hear this big voice yell out, "Don't let that little girl's face get in the camera." And is he pointing to me? I said, "Who is that? Is that God?" We were shooting the 10 Commandments, which came from above. It turned out to be Cecil B. DeMille, because he was up on this big crane looking at the scene. So the associate producer came over and he covered me up so I wouldn't be seen. Then he lifted me off. I go to talk to Cecil B. DeMille, the great cinematic deity. And after that, the assistant director told my mom, "Well, I think you're going to be on this picture a little bit longer." I was actually on for 6 weeks, and Cecil B. DeMille wrote these scenes in the movie for me with Charlton Heston. And that was the real beginning of my career.
What a beginning is that, right?
Yes.
What I love about you yesterday when I was going into all your career and the amazing things you have done, you were a child actor. Sissy was larger than life. Everybody loved you as Sissy, but you have been able to reinvent yourself and became better in so many other things. Every time your career was ending in one way, you never stops for you. I admire you for that. What do you think was, because we know many child actors had very different story than you. What do you think was the thing that kept you so grounded and made you the amazing woman that you are, successful in everything you do?
Well, thank you. First of all, I had great parents, and they emphasized education. I wrote another book called Ex-Child Stars, Where Are They Now? And in this book, I kind of discussed the fact that there are so many children, unfortunately, that are taken advantage of by their parents. And even in our own show, like Family Affair, the little boy, Jody, his parents had 7 other children. So they kept a lot of their money because they were Mormon, and one in that particular religion you tithe anyway, and it's one for one and one for all. So when he was finished with the show, and then he went on to star in like Tom Sawyer and did Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, well, he found out that he had precious little money. And that is very bitter from a lot of the child stars. Jay North from Dennis the Menace.
Yeah.
And there are really good stories like Ron Howard that I worked for a lot.
Yeah.
And some of the Brooke Shields and Jodie Foster. One of the big differences is these kids went to college, went to school, and their parents didn't take all their money. I went to UCLA and graduated with a degree in speech. So I talk so much I didn't know. And psychology. Then went to get a master's in theater arts. But a lot of these kids, when all of the publicity stops and the show stops, and then they say, "Well, now what do I do?" They didn't have the education. People have taken care of them their whole life. They had a publicist and their parents and their hairstylist and their wardrobe people. And now, so many of them stop right at that very difficult tween age. And just being a preteen has all of its own difficulties and pressures. But to be a preteen after you've been on top of the world,
Yeah.
trying to figure out who you are, what's your identity, very, very difficult.
Yes.
Disney now, all the kids that are on television series, he has them go to a psychologist once a week. And that, I do think, helps pave the way. And another thing, so many of them got on drugs. I think that helped me out a lot. I've never taken drugs. I have trouble enough with reality.
It's true, right?
I don't need to put me over the edge and see anything more sensitively than I already do. I drink. So I like Chardonnay and I like wine. I like to think I'm getting better with age. I'm almost overripe. But I lived in San Francisco. We're very close to the wineries. And so anyway, Chardonnay.
Chardonnay is good, and I said, well, you're like wine. You seems like you're getting even more charmier and beautiful with aging. If that you will can't age it with the years, because you still have the same face. You still are sissy, just you are a blonde. A blonde sissy.
I like yours. You look very yes.
You are a blonde. I was a brunette too, and this is a fake. This is from a bottle, so we became blonde. So we. I don't know. But it's funny that you said that about it. I had a guest, Tony Orlando, a few weeks ago, and we were talking that he said the same things that is happening with the child stars is happening sometimes with those programs that create instant success for singers. Madonna said that they are destroying career, which is true, because they put them there, they start in a big stage with lights and dress and makeup, and they became successful for a season. Then the season ends, and some of them disappeared into nothing. And if you don't have a family or faith or something or something to go and look forward, those career ends very tragically. So I'm glad that you wrote that book. I want to read all your book, because you wrote also another book about food, right?
Right, yeah, my first book was, I've got them right here, strangely enough, was The Family Affair Cookbook. That was my first one, and it has a recipe for any time that food was mentioned on the show. There's a recipe to go along with it, and each character has a chapter and their own food. So Mr. French has very gourmet meals, and the kids have easy to make ones, and I have Sizzy Sizzle's recipe. And then Uncle Bill can't be left out, and he has potent potables, which are how to make martinis like Manhattan, since we were from New York, and different cocktails like that.
Yeah. All your book
then
is...
the one that I just was the holiday recipes for a family affair. And so this one is out now with my friend Scott Weaver every holiday, and we've got to celebrate the holidays now, every single one. We've just been pumping those up, and I'm with my husband and my supposedly grown son, who is with his fiance of 5 years. They've been living with us for, well, my son's always lived with us, for maybe 3 months. So I love having them. And they're just 29. So it gives you a whole different perspective, and they keep me young, and he is a fabulous chef. So now they're vegetarians. So in my next book, we're doing TV dinners, TV, because that's a show that we're going to do. It's a great show, but there's also a cookbook that's going along with it. So we interview classic stars like Tony Dow and Jerry Mathers from Leave It to Beaver, and Butch Patrick from the Munsters, and have their recipes that they liked on the show. And then we have the fans that are going to send in their recipes for the same thing, like for Tony and Jerry. It's meatloaf and mashed potatoes and like these. Then in comes the millennial, my son, who is this vegan. He says, now, we're going to have a tofu loaf, and we're going to have rice cauliflower, and maybe some, broccoli. So that's the kind of the format of my next cookbook, and then the show, of course, which will be out. The show will be out quicker than the cookbook, but the show will be out in about 6 months.
You guys, I told you, Kathy Garver doesn't stop. She's always working on 27,000 things. I love that about you. I love that. That's what keeps you what you are. Amazing, young, full of energy. I want to play for you the clip that, every time I see the clip, you are a voiceover. We're going to be talking. You're very successful, actually, as a voiceover. I said you saw millions of millions of book reading. Doug was bragging about you. But listen to the voice you had when we were in Italy. This was 7:30. And by the way, you're still on television in Italy. They have a channel where they still rebroadcast old American series, and you're still there. My mom told me. So, guys, this is Kathy Garver speaking in Italian. This was Tre nipoti e un maggiordomo.
Forse sarà andato a fare la spesa, zio. Lui non sapeva quando saremmo arrivati. Al signor Davis urgente. Zio Bill!
Ehi, bambini!
So,
That's great. I speak very well and very quickly.
I mean, they found such a sweet voice for you. I might say sometimes, when you hear the voice of American actors, I get very disappointed, but your voice is sweet. I mean, you're more sweet. Now I want to see everything in English because I cannot see the lips moving different than what you're saying. But did you like your voice?
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was fast. I've done a lot of dubbing of like Chinese and Japanese anime for voiceover, and actually I taught it. I taught voiceover and how to create characters and how to narrate books and also how to dub. And it's very interesting because of the languages are so different when you're trying to translate them. So it's like doitashimashite, and that's good morning. Well, doitashimashite has a lot more syllables in it than good morning. So how do you make those lips, try and coalesce? And it's more like, good morning. No, that'll take the same amount of time that it's going to say doitashimashite. Ohio gozaimasu.
Wow, that's I never thought about it, but because, and you know what, when I was in Italy, before I learned English only 11 years ago. So when I was not speaking English and I was watching the American series, I had the feeling, so good are you guys dubbing the voices, I had the feeling that the mouth of Sissy was moving exactly with what I was hearing. Now, of course, because I do speak English, when I see, and she say, come stai, which means, how are you? I can see your lips saying, how are you? So
I'm more alert and aware of what's going on, yeah?
Yeah, but as you said, I mean, if you were not you've been successful in everything. If you were not an actress, a writer, a voiceover, which other career do you think would you have been successful or would have chosen for yourself? Do you have other passion of things?
I really like science, and I like microbiology.
Whoa.
And again, when I was mentioning preteens trying to figure out who they are, and I said, well, who am I and why am I here? And I went to UCLA and had this class in anthropology and, evolution and all of those things. But, so just how a cell was created, like an amoeba and then a paramecium, so you start with one cell and two cells. And I think that's very interesting, and it's very interesting to me. I mean, there's this great conspiracy that COVID is all because of the 5G, because we're essentially made up of cells, protons, neutrons, electrons. So that electricity that feeds us and makes us go could all be coming in on all that new technology. Now, I preface this with, this is a conspiracy. So there you take it. That's
okay.
Just
Maybe you should have gone that direction. You would have figured out what was going on with this COVID-19, Kathy.
I would have solved it. I would have deleted and averted those.
I'm sure you would, because you're somebody that doesn't stop in front of nothing. So I'm sure you would have.
I tried.
I'm asking all my guests, of course. I have to. I'm Italian, born and raised in Venice, Italy. So, Katie, have you ever been to Italy?
I've been to Rome, but on my bucket list, and what I want to do more than anything is go to Venice and Florence. And I am so excited. You were born in one of the most beautiful places. And I am just, my husband has been there. I have not, in Florence. And that's what I want to do more than anything.
So
I was going on a river cruise, and I thought, now, is there a river cruise that goes through, and goes up to Venice? I was supposed to go in June to the Danube, to Austria, and that's part of my heritage is Austrian, the Swiss, and Italian. I have this much Italian in me. That's why
you're awesome. Let me say, that's why you're awesome. Kathy Garver, she's Italian, mom and dad. So Kathy Garver ha un po' di italianità, per quello che è bellissima. So I just translate for my family. That's why you're awesome, because you're Italian. How small is that percentage, Kathy?
It's bigger than my Irish percentage. I'm primarily Austrian Swiss, and then I'm Italian. So it's I would say maybe 25%. I mean, that's pretty big. It's bigger than my Irish, which is
and 25 Italian. I mean, the Italian takes over all the rest. So basically, you are Italian, Kathy.
I'm for it. I love pasta and I love Venice. So,
there we go. So when you go to
go.
Venice, you have to let me know so I can let you go to all my friends' places. So you're not gonna be a tourist. You're gonna be like a Venetian lady. They're gonna treat you like you belong to Venice. And there are some. You never saw this live, but there are so many places the tourists don't know about it. And every time I like to tell to special people where to go. So next time you go to Venice, when you go to Venice, let me know, Kathy. And they will put red carpets for you over there.
Are your parents still there?
My mom and dad are still in Venice. Yeah, my whole family. Actually, I'm the only one here. So, but which is a good excuse.
Soon. Well, when we can,
exactly.
and visit. Oh my gosh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. So you have family in Venice next time you go there, Kathy.
A family affair.
Yeah, a family affair. Exactly. Talking of which, I mean, I already know you have passion for cooking. So your son is a good chef, but do you cook yourself? And do you have something that is really your piatto forte, the best things that you can share with us? What do you cook the best?
I have been cooking every single night, except I was recording a book up in Northern California last week, and they first opened restaurants. So I went to the Olive Garden. So that's kind of Italian. That was the first thing. There's lots of things I like to cook. I like to saute a lot, and I like to make a white fish in a butter caper sauce with some, a little pasta on the side and asparagus. That's very nice. I like to do that. It was my husband's and I anniversary. I made Sherry's flambe. So that was Sherry's Jubilee was really a wonderful dessert. I didn't burn down the house, and it actually was very, a low flame burning there.
How beautiful. Congratulations on your anniversary, by the way. When did you meet your husband? Is somebody that is also in the same, like in the movies, or not at all?
No. Actually, I was in Palm Springs, and my brother and I had just bought a condominium together. And I was getting a little depressed. I was like in my 30s and I had not been married. And I said, this is ridiculous. I said, the next man I meet, I'm going to marry. Oh. So my friend Arlene Galanka, who was on the Andy Griffith show, was at a music industry tournament. And she says, come play tennis with us. I say, okay. So I remembered and I said, okay, the next man I meet, I'm going to marry. And this big guy, this 6'3" guy came onto the tennis court, and I served. And fortunately or unfortunately, he said, aha, a woman that can play tennis. I'm going to get married. And I'm going, ha, 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 ha. And so it will be 40 years next year. And perhaps we'll be in Venice. I know we're going to go on a cruise, so there you have it.
Well, Kathy, Venice is the city of love, and if you go for your anniversary to Venice, be aware that we have 342 bridges, and you have to kiss under each and every bridge. It brings good luck. So it's going to be a lot of kisses for you and your husband if you guys go there.
I don't know if I can handle that.
Yes, you can.
That sounds absolutely delightful, and I will not let him forget that. 342. Okay.
Yes. And some of them are private. Some of them are private. And you
And
can.
that's going to be 684. So that's 684 kisses.
You see, she's very good with numbers. I told you, this woman can do basically can do anything. Oh well, you're just fantastic. If there is a young girl out there that is dreaming to have a career like yours, because you're successful in so many aspects of the career, what do you think? What was the best advice they gave you, and what would you say to a young girl with the same dream to become a star like you are? What would you say?
I think that you have to recognize that it's show business. It's one thing to develop your talent, and I certainly recommend taking as many lessons as you can and to get up on a stage or to do things at home. But this is a business. And too many people, you're mentioning the singers, that make all this money and then, well, that was a one-hit wonder. Or, some of our rap stars, or you overspend. And then, oops, you didn't do such a hot song. So you have to understand that there are some highs and the lows, and that you have to figure your economics and figure out a base. Because if all of a sudden you can't pay your rent, or you can't pay your food, or you can't buy that beautiful bling, or you can't wear that super style, then that's depressive. Then you can't be confident. And then, it's a downward spiral. And then you might take drugs. I'm depressed. I need something so I won't be depressed. So understand, it is a business. It's very important, and you have to take that left brain and the right brain and put it together. You can't be all emotional. You can't be all like I'm an accountant. We have two sides to our brain, and I think that a person is the best that they can be if they are on that middle lane and have combined both of those essentials. See, that was because I majored in speech.
No, yeah, I mean, I you know what, Kathy? Actually, I know that you are amazing also because you spend time, precious of your time, to go to school, to speak also to young kids, to give them their tips. These are things that are so important for young people, especially nowadays, where the outlet. I did it when I did my PBS special. I JJ showing pictures of you speaking to school. I went to do, like, before my concert, I was visiting school of the music department of foreign languages to share with the kids my experience. Because being in this business is struggling. It's one day up, one day low. You have to fight. You never know what tomorrow is. And you have these young kids that the only thing they care about is not having a career of learning something, is to be famous. So they need to hear from somebody like you that you've been famous your whole life, basically. But even for you, you have to reinvent yourself. I mean, it's not been easy, not even for you, not for Kathy Garver, right? Business is...
Yeah, I mean, when I finished the series, I said, okay, now what am I going to do? I actually went to Israel because they had a stage presentation, a family affair, called Mishpacha Shekazot.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's a nice Catholic girl. I have no idea how to speak Hebrew, but I learned it phonetically. I did the musical, and then I found myself in England, in Israel, and I said, I don't want to go home yet. So I went to England, and I went to the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, and I said, because I'm not doing a series right now. And so then I started doing plays all over the place. And then when the plays, the dinner theaters, they were really big, and then they kind of dwindled. And I said, but I'm an actress. Is someone going to hire me? No, I started a voiceover career. And I've done like 5 animated series, and I've recorded like 80 books.
Wow.
Just last week, I recorded Patty Duke's book, In the Presence of Greatness. And she was, we were good friends. I played her friend on the Patty Duke show, Monica, and I had a talk show once upon a time called Backstage with Barry and Kathy with my friend Barry Barsamian in Northern California, and interviewed Patty. And Patty was doing the Wicked and playing Madame Marvel at the time. And I said, Patty, how do you do this? Here you're in your 60s, you're wearing these great big hats. She looked at me and she said, determination. Because you do have to be determined, and I think you have to persevere. and you have to and understand it's up and down and up and down, but and I have a big faith also in God, who always always there for me.
Yes.
Well, it started out with the Ten Commandments and Dancing Sales. I'm doing a movie called Grace. That's a faith-based film, so that's a big part of my life.
I mean, thank you for sharing all of this. Yesterday, of course, I saw video of you saying these things, and one of the things that really captivated me, and I knew already I would have loved you today, is the fact that you've not been shy to share all these things, the ups and downs, and your faith, and the fact that one of your blessings has been your family, which I think we should all say to young kids, because being famous, of course, is nice, but it's not, bottom line, if you're not a happy person inside with some values and some things, you have nothing.
I am so happy to have my family, and especially now, and I'm living with as I said, my son and my future daughter-in-law,
Yes.
and my husband, and we all get along pretty well, because we eat together, and we're playing Scrabble again tonight, and that time is really, really precious. And I said, gee, I don't know, if I were alone, it would be much more difficult, and I think it's more difficult for people who are alone, and I've reached out and called some of my friends. But the kids that do get blinded by all the beauty and the bling and the fun and because now I read this thing where what do young people want to do? Number one, what they want to be? Famous.
Yeah.
They want to be famous. Whether they're an influencer or they're on YouTube, or that is their goal. But being famous takes away a part of you, takes away a part of your life, can take away a part of your soul. So you have to be very careful. I think it would be good to give these kids like an allowance and say, here, you pay for that, and I want you to pay for this meal, and I want you to pay for that video game or whatever, and see how quickly it disappears. And acknowledge that somebody else may be paying for things for you. So, children don't like to hear, and especially teens or young people, they don't want to hear da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, yeah.
But actually put it in front of them and give them the experience of it. That's why kids were in jail. They put Scared Straight. And they actually went to jail and saw what it was like to be in a jail. So if you give them money, how is it? Like if I had to live alone without the support of my parents or this or that.
Yeah. Well, you are an amazing woman. I would say we all know you. We know you as an actress and everything. And today you proved to everybody what Doug was bragging about you. He said that you're like un vulcano di elettricità. You're like a how do you say vulcano, JJ? A burst of energy. That's what you are. You're a burst of energy. And by the way, Kathy, you are Italian because your gesture.
I know. I speak with my hand.
That everything speaks Italian. I'm sorry for all the rest of Austria and whatever you said. Kathy Garver, ladies and gentlemen, she is Italian. Kathy, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for finding time and to stay with us and share the beauty of yourself. So God bless you for that. And I hope when this is over, I really hope one day I'm gonna get to see you and meet you for a real embrace. I send you a fake one now. I embrace you like this. Yes, I do also. Exactly, we do the fake one. This is the sign for I love you in sign language for the people that cannot hear. Every day I try to do something. Yes, it's a complicated one. There we go. So I really want to thank you for being here with me today. God bless you. Continue, and we can find your book also on Amazon for the moment, right? The 3 books you have.
All the books are on Amazon or at my website, which is kathygarver.com.
Very easy, ladies and gentlemen. And please don't be a stranger. If anytime you have anything, I will be able to share with the whole world in all my pages. And God bless you. Stay safe. Stay beautiful. I don't have to say that because look at you. You are beautiful. So thank you again. You want to say something to Doug?
Thank you, Doug. My dear friend. You have been so meaningful to me. And stay on Facebook. Don't leave. Doug is wanting to leave Facebook.
I know.
We're both on Facebook, and Doug is saying, I don't know. Okay, here's a plea to you, Doug. You stay on Facebook. Blessings to you. Blessings to you. Giada, and blessings to all of your audience.
God bless you, and thank you again, Kathy. And I'm going to be seeing you soon. I'll see you in Venice next time.
You bet. Ciao.
Ciao, grazie ancora. Thank you so very much. Was she amazing or what? You know, I know that some comedians make fun of me that everything I like and I love is Italian, but Kathy said it himself. She's Italian, 25%, which 25% in 100% of Italian takes for all the other percentage. So she is Italian. She's beautiful inside and out. And what I love, I'm sure I see all of your comments, guys. You are also having a good time with us. And she's just amazing. And so please buy her book. I will do the same because I want to read more about her amazing life. And it's very interesting for me also to know about those child stars there, how she experienced there. And she's been one of the lucky ones that she had family and faith. And she's been able to reinvent herself so many times. Unbelievable. So thank you, Doug. Don't leave Facebook. Doug wants to leave Facebook tomorrow. We don't want him to leave Facebook. And I want you to stay there because we need beautiful posts. We need beautiful people. I know I'm going to be seeing you every day here on YouTube. And by the way, with JJ, we were also saying that Saturday, since Saturday there is no music because we are cooking, right? So probably Saturday we go also live on Facebook. So there's not going to be music anyway. So we'll see if we can remind again everybody, please join us on YouTube. And thank you for subscribing to my channel. I know all of you subscribe. And also here downstairs there is the YouTube, youtube.com/Giada Valenti. I don't see it now. And actually there is also something with subscribe, and next to subscribe there is also a little bell. Make sure that that bell is dark. So you push and you say all. So go now on subscribe if you haven't. And then there is a bell. If you push on that bell, he asks you all three options. The first one is all. Make sure you push all. What that bell does, every time I go live, actually a couple of hours before, you're going to get like a ping that will remind you, Giada is going live in 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And every time, if I'm not live and I just post a video of any other kind, you're going to get like a pling that says, Giada just post a video. So you're never going to miss anything. It's just like, you know, you're going crazy with Giada posting things. So before we say goodbye, of course, I see a lot of you. I see Carlo from Chicago, Jimmy Valenti is there, Jimmy and my little Giada girlfriend, Mike Cardone. Are you new? It's new. The one of you that are new, guys, can you let me know where you're watching from? Of course, I see Ronnie Manicotti, my dear friends Ronnie, Doug, of course. Thank you, Doug, for arranging Kathy Garver for me. And I want to thank also each and every one of you, Salma from Las Vegas, Diane and Sal and Roger Scallion. I'm sure I'm forgetting half of you. These are only the names I see. I want to thank you all for sharing this video and asking all your friends to join me. That's very... I'm very grateful for that. I want to also say hello to all the friends that are watching to Twitch, from Twitch and Periscope. You know, first I thought that there were not many people, but apparently there is a lot of people watching from Twitch and Periscope. So I love Twitcher and Periscope people. Do we have also Instagrammer, JJ? We also have some Instagram people. And you know, after this live video on YouTube, I always go very quickly for a quick hello on Instagram. So guys, for Instagram, I'm going to be appearing as soon as this is over. Come back to Instagram so I can say hello to all of you, because now I cannot read the message for you. So without further ado, let's go to Venice with also Kathy Garver, that she's never been, with this song written by Pino Donaggio here on the back. That's Pino when he came to see me in New York, and he wrote this song when he was 18 years old in Venice. Of course, the original title in Italian was Io che non vivo senza te, but of course we all remember it. You don't have to say you love me.
Siamo qui, noi soli, come ogni sera, ma tu sei più triste ed io lo so perché. forse tu vuoi dirmi che non sei felice, che io sto cambiando e tu mi vuoi lasciare, ma io che non vivo più di un'ora senza te, come posso stare una vita senza te? Sei mio, mai niente lo sai, separarci al mondo potrà. When I said I needed you, you said you would always stay. It wasn't me who changed but you, and now you're gone away. But you don't have to say you love me, just be close and bend. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, oh, you don't have to say you love me, just be close and bend. You don't have to stay forever, I will understand. Believe me, believe me, oh, you don't have to say you love me. Pino Donaggio song, You Don't Have to Say You Love Me. Of course,
This is Giada Valenti from Las Vegas. I was born and raised in Venice, Italy. This is the sign for Venice. And I am a singer, so even though I like to interview these amazing people every day and I love to cook every Saturday, I do love to sing. And that's the reason why we actually left Facebook and we came here on YouTube, because here we are allowed to sing and have some music for the time being. We don't know for how long. Talking of which, music, of course, I missed you so dearly and much. So together with my friend Daniel Emmett, we are gonna do a concert together. Here it's called Close to You. There you see Daniel Emmett from America Got Talent. Together with Daniel, we will be going June 26th to the Space here in Las Vegas. It's a beautiful theater with no audience in as far as we know for now in the theater, but we will be live streaming and you guys can buy the tickets. There's gonna be 2 concerts. We have also 2 musicians, which is gonna be amazing because the piano player is Jerry Williams. I keep calling him Jimmy, but it's Jerry Williams. I have to learn the name because I'm gonna be meeting him tomorrow. Jerry Williams. And Jerry Williams is the musical director of Donnie and Marie Osmond, and so it's gonna be amazing. He said that he's looking forward to work with me and Daniel, so it's gonna be amazing. So we'll be going to the Space June 26th, and we're gonna be doing 2 concerts. One is going to be at noon here Las Vegas time, which is going to be 3 p.m. for you guys in New York City if you want to see that one. But actually that's meant to be a European kind of tour concert, because in Europe it's going to be 9 o'clock at night. So you guys in England, in Ireland, and in France, and in Italia, you guys can watch the concert at 9 o'clock. You can put it on your big TV, you buy your tickets, and you can watch us with popcorns, wines, wherever you want to have in front of you, maybe a glass of wine to have a chin-chin. And we will be singing all duets and love song. Is going to be beautiful. All songs that you have never heard us sing together or separately. And then of course there's going to be a second one at 6 p.m. for us here in Las Vegas, which is going to be 9 p.m. for you guys in New York, and it's a good time maybe for you guys also in Australia, because I know many of you are in Australia and you guys can watch it. That's the good things about it. It's not in a theater, but it's a live streaming that you guys can watch it wherever you are in the world. So make sure all your friends know, and you guys can gather all together. Or if in your zone is still COVID-19 not possible, then everybody can watch from different houses, and I'm very much looking forward to that. If you have missed this episode because you tune in a little bit late, sometimes I see people, oh gosh, I just joined in, no problem. You can go on giada.live and you can watch back all the episodes. You can watch them over and over again. I'm very happy when you do that. I'm very happy also when you share my video, when you subscribe to my channel, and when you invite all your friends to join me. So tomorrow is going to be Friday. So Friday, normally there is no guests. Also tomorrow, also no guests. I'm trying to work on a little something, but we will know by tomorrow. Normally on Friday, we fly somewhere to Italy. We have, maybe we go to Sicily, to Rome, to Cinque Terre, to Firenze. We can go wherever we want, you know. So just let me know, where shall we go tomorrow? And we will fly then. I'm going to have my green screen, so we will be flying to Italy tomorrow. We're going to be flying to Italy tomorrow. Then Saturday, of course, I will be cooking for you. I have several things that I've been thinking about cooking, so I'm going to have by tomorrow morning the recipe ready. So tomorrow we'll be talking about what I will be cooking on Saturday, and you still have one day to do grocery shopping and cook with me. I want to thank each and every one of you that every Saturday is cooking with me, and then you guys send me those pictures of you with those dishes. Janet always does it, little Giada does it, Giuseppe Rainone, Doug did it, so many of you, Diane and Sal did it. By the way, a special hello to Sal and Diane that today are in Los Angeles, the same place where my guest Kathy Garver was. Diane is at at the hospital to check her eyes. You know, she's been doing something for her eyes, but she's hopefully it's the last visit. So Diane, keep positive and be safe over there. I know you are in good hands with Sal and God and all the beautiful people, us, that we are always praying for you. Guys, it was a pleasure to be with you today. I'm gonna be seeing you tomorrow, same time, same place. Giada Valenti here from Las Vegas, e vi dico con un cuore felice, happy heart. I'll see you. Ci vediamo domani. Ciao guys, a domani.
Dankeschön, dear old Dankeschön. Thank you for seeing me again. Though I'm here in my solitude, I know you are there, and in my heart I smile again. And so I sing here in my solitude, waiting to see you, same time, same place, and I can't wait to say again, Dankeschön, 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 dear old Auf Wiedersehen. See you tomorrow. A domani.